Do you think school's important?
Absolutely, of course. I wouldn't have been a teacher if I didn't think school was important.
You quit though, didn't you?
Also a good point.
This is my high school teacher, Mr. Killinger. He's a very influential person in my life, and I owe him a lot. So last night, we took him out drinking, and afterwards, I decided it would be nice to pay him back.
Okay, guys, we ran into Harry and Jaden. We're still with my teacher, Mr. Killinger. This is really random, huh?
No, this is very random.
Killinger.
What's happening?
I wanted to tell you, maybe this isn't the right circumstance to do it.
God, what's going on?
I feel like teachers are a big part of people's lives. I always think that I learned the most from you in school, even though I wasn't actually studying, but from your personality, I learned a lot, and I took a lot.
That means a lot, man.
Yeah, I want to make sure you and your wife go on a nice vacation, so I have a check for 10 grand for you and your wife to go on vacation.
Wow! That's so nice.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
It's amazing, buddy. I don't even know what to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Guys, we have a special guest here on our podcast. It's Mr. Killinger. I just call him J-Dog now. I just call him Kill.
Mr. Killinger sounds like some sort of English hitman.
Yeah, he was an English hitman.
Like if you're waiting, like
He's my English teacher. Before we go anywhere, that's what I should say. In high school, what year did you teach me?
Your sophomore year.
Holy shit, I was just a little baby. My sophomore year, he taught me. We bonded. He helped me cheat on tests. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, he would slip me. He would slip me answers.
Yeah, I was gonna say helping cheat doesn't quite go far enough. I would just give you the answers.
He'd give me the answers. Right. He'd fill it all out for me.
no, he wouldn't.
No. I'm trying to get him fired. Joe, cut out the part where we say he didn't and just make it seem like he's a bad man. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Kill's in LA. He's visiting. It's really exciting. So I want to bring him by, see if he has any high school memories we can unleash.
I've got all kinds of high school memories. I feel like most of my good stories about you now are post high school, just in terms of.
There's a good story you have now?
The crazy. Yeah, your life is insane right now. Every time I hang out with you, it's like you're getting mobbed by people.
High school is so interesting.
I know, but high school, you were just like...
Yeah, oh, bro, did we talk about this on the last podcast? I took him to Chief Keef's house. I was doing this, I did a photo shoot for my friend, Shelby and Sandy. They have a new brand coming out. And I took Killinger to Chief Keef's house, which is fucking really weird. It was first of all... I asked him to do it, and I was surprised he said yes. I was like, "Would you mind coming to
Killinger or Chief Keef?"
A little bit of both. So it was a photo shoot at Chief Keef's house. I've never met him before.
Right.
And Chief Keef's a rapper, for those of you who don't know. So I was kind of nervous. I was like, "Oh man, what if I'm not tough enough to be hanging out with him? I look like a little bitch." And I asked Killinger, I was like, "Can you come with me to Chief Keef's house just for protection, just so I feel safe?" But no, we pull up to the house. Chief Keef was super nice.
Totally nice.
So nice. Right off the gate. He was really nice. He knew that we were both from Chicago, so he said Chicago boys, which is really funny. And then I was reading through the comments of the picture of me and him, and one of the comments was two very different parts of Chicago. It was really funny. But it was really funny because Chief Keef's friend was there also, and while I was taking pictures with Chief Keef, Killinger was talking up one of his friends, and it was the fucking funniest thing. It was
yeah, it wasn't smooth. My wife and I both were trying to keep a conversation going, and it was just not we didn't have anything to talk about. We kept trying. I was like, so are you also from Chicago? He's like, no, I'm from LA. We're like, okay.
Yeah.
We're regrouping. We're like, oh, and are you also a rapper? He's like, no. We're like, all right, we're out of questions.
It was
we don't
dude.
know.
It was the way I described it. It was exactly like watching a Jason Bateman movie where Jason Bateman has to smuggle drugs across from Mexico because his boss is making him, and now he's stuck talking to the cartel, and he doesn't know how to make conversation even though he's supposed to be the cool guy. That's how Killinger felt in that moment.
Well, the setup was weird too because again, it was Chief Keef's first time meeting you, and you were like, hey, I'm David. This is my English teacher. It's a really fucked up way to introduce.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't a winning situation, but it turned out pretty fucking great. So I was very, very excited. Were you nervous? I feel like you don't get nervous.
I wouldn't say I was nervous. It was unusual.
On our way over there, I was just fucking blasting all of Chief Keef's music, and I was like, "You don't know this one?" And I was like, "Bitches love so," and Killinger's like, "No, not familiar with this one."
Jason, I was trying to pretend that it was because I quit teaching, and so the kids aren't keeping me hip anymore. I'm like, "No, David, I'm sure I would have known the song, because kids told me stuff." Yeah. And he was like, "No, dude, this definitely came out when you were still a teacher." I was like, "Okay, but I have no idea."
I was like, "Oh, this was definitely popping when you were a teacher. This is what everybody was listening to."
Did other teachers talk shit about David?
Yeah, for sure.
No, did they?
100%.
Which one?
I'm not going to say.
Oh, they're still teaching. You can't say.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be like, oh, this one name drop.
Wait, but I know one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it right now. We'll take it out. Well, let's change his name to Mr. Marco.
Okay.
Mr. Marco, what would he say?
So, I mean, Mr. Marco, like, I would be sitting in the teacher's workroom, and he would come up to me and be like, what the fuck is up with this David kid? I
Bullshit!
swear to God.
Bullshit!
Swear to God.
Bullshit.
Because they knew that you and I, like, I don't know if they saw us in the hallways talking or what, but, like,
They knew that we were friends. So
other teachers, I would say 2 to 3 other teachers would come up to me between your junior and senior year. Like, after I taught
no,
you,
they wouldn't.
swear to God, hand to God, they would come up to me and be like, Killinger, like, what the fuck do I do with this David kid? Like, he like doesn't do a goddamn thing.
What? I wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't like you were misbehaving, but you wouldn't do the work.
Really?
And it was like a defiance thing too. I could have said like, hey, make a 4-minute video with your friends like about English, and you'd be like, fuck that, I'm gonna do the exact opposite of that. Like, you never did the stuff that we asked you to.
Well, the things I didn't do, I just didn't seem like a point to. Like, I've just never felt it necessary to do anything that wasn't gonna like further my like whatever I wanted to do. So like that's why I would always copy and cheat, because I knew that I never wanted to have anything to do with trigonometry or chemistry. So I'm like, I can totally cheat in this class and it won't affect the rest of my life at all.
And I honestly feel like that's part of why you and I got along so well, because I'm the exact opposite, but I admire that sort of mindset.
Oh.
I am a rule follower, and I will fucking, if I want to do something, I will read 15 books about it before I even try it. I will, like, if anybody in any position of authority is like, tell me that, like, do this or XYZ, I'm
Wow.
like, yes, sir, I'll,
See,
of course. I don't question whether or not it's good for, or whether it's useful for me, and you are the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And I was like, this kid,
I'm
like,
the type
you
of guy that goes to somebody like you who's read 15 books about something and then just ask him and just gets an answer like a lot quicker.
Right, which has led to some pretty funny like FaceTime calls over the last few years, where it's like if it's like 1 a.m. and you'll FaceTime me like, Killinger, I don't know about this, and
Can you give me more specifics on how he was shit talking me?
yeah, because it was always about. I mean, so they would definitely talk shit about
Mr.
you.
Marco and I, just to
Yes.
be fair, we were very polar opposites. He was
Totally.
like the artsy, like loves literature, loves character work. Like I don't know how to explain. How do you explain him?
He and I even had like really different teaching styles, in that I loved like talking about personal stuff like with kids, just like to connect with them, and he was like all business. He just like wanted to do the schoolwork, because when he was a student, he's like, I fucking hated when teachers would like try to get to be my friend. Like, I just wanted to do the work. And so that was his teaching style. He was like, sit down, let's fucking get through this. Like, we can have fun while we're doing it, but not. But that's going to be the plan.
Yeah, so me and him were totally opposite.
Totally.
And I remember one day in class, I've said this on the podcast, I don't remember how exactly he said it because I don't remember it as well, but he was I don't know if this was him, but he was like, you're not funny, David. Or something like that. Like it was to those words, which is like the worst thing to tell. Like yeah. He was like, you're not funny, David. Like no one here is laughing. No one thinks you're funny. Yeah. That's what he said to me. Yeah. And I remember he said this in front of the class. Like in front of everybody. Like and he said it like and I was very like in school I became very cautious about like being obnoxious and blurting things out. Like there were definitely like some kids that would like blurt more things out, but like I was very careful. Like I was like, I'm gonna try to keep to myself and only like hit when the funny moments are really there. Like I'm really not going to try to talk unless it's like really important. Because I've learned it, because so many of my other friends have been embarrassed by teachers in that same regard. Like so many of my friends were obnoxious and the teacher was like, you're being annoying. Everyone finds you annoying right now. And like that taught me a lesson. I was like, fuck, I got to like hold back. And this time I was talking to somebody, like my neighbor in my chair, and Mr. Marco was like setting up the class or whatever. And like I was just talking, it was just me and this person like laughing to each other. And that's when he called me out. And he was like, you're not funny. And it wasn't even a comment I made to the entire class. Right. I was just having a conversation with this one person.
It was something you did earlier that he was ready to pounce on.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck. And dude, when a teacher calls you out like that in the fucking middle of the class, that's like traumatizing. It's like something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. And I do. But what else did he say?
So, I mean, that was the thing, was that like he didn't. The crazy thing is, he didn't like dislike you.
No
it
way.
Was, I swear to,
dude, he fucking disliked me. No,
let me actually change how I phrase that, because he definitely didn't like you. But he also like recognized the thing that annoyed him about you was that like he saw potential.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God,
dude, don't.
No, dude,
no.
His exact words again. Like when he would come up to me and be like, "What the fuck is up with Dobrik?" He would be like, "He won't do the things I assign, and it pisses me off because he's not stupid." Like if he was stupid, like I've taught stupid kids, I can deal with stupid, but he's not stupid and he's not doing the work, and that's what pissed him off about you. And I mean, I had no advice. I'm like, well, yeah, he didn't do the work for me either, but I just didn't care.
That would annoy me too the most.
For sure.
If I
it's
saw
like wasted potential.
Yeah, if you saw somebody that like was good and they weren't
Totally.
Why the fuck am I here?
Exactly.
Why am I trying? That would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know, but also to be fair, I was never like, "Fuck you, teacher, I'm not doing this work."
No. That was never your attitude. It was just like you just didn't.
It was like if you were like, okay, guys, read pages 3 to 10 right now and highlight your favorite parts. Like then I would obviously not be reading and highlighting my favorite parts. I'd be,
Okay.
I'd put my phone right in my book and I just like go through it. But like if it was like an essay, like I would still get. I wouldn't.
Yeah, you turned
I'd
shit
do
in.
the
It was-
essay.
right.
I wouldn't like come in and be like, "Fuck you, I'm not turning it in." I turned in everything.
Sure.
But it was like whether or not it was my work is the question, or whether or not like I don't know. If it was a big semester project, I would always do it.
I never cheated.
No.
No.
Actually,
it
no.
wasn't that easy to cheat when I went to school, I think.
Yeah,
I cheated one time in 4th grade. We had
in
like
4th grade.
In 4th grade, we had little. Actually, I'm taking this back too because now I'm remembering like copying people's math homework in the hallway in high school as well. But the one thing that like stopped me from cheating, like in class, was this girl across like my little table. We were working on a math test, and if you got all 4 math problems right, then you would go to the board and show everybody how you did them. And I cheated on like one of the 4 questions and got that right. And then when after the teacher graded it, she was like, "All right, Jeff got them all right. So Jeff, go up to the board and show how you did it." And I was on like,
"Oh my god!"
I was on question 3, like, "Oh god, like at the board, like I don't fucking remember. I didn't do this. Like,
Fuck, that
Did you get
that was
busted?
it." No, I just like.
you just said you forgot.
I think she could tell I was like panicking, and she was like, "Oh, he just doesn't remember." But no, it was definitely because I
Bro,
cheated.
that would make me so fucking stressed out.
No, there
was
way
there
more-
ever any sexual tension between teachers?
No, I will say there wasn't any when I was teaching,
How about
but
between the students and the teachers?
no, Jesus Christ.
Okay, Jesus. Okay, come on.
But
happened?
For further background though, like I attended Vernon Hills High School, like I was a student there
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Right.
And when I was a student, it was a brand new high school, like they had just opened up, and so they needed to fill this whole building with teachers, and so every person they hired was like a brand new, fresh out of college teacher, and so it was like the building was run by 22 to 24-year-olds.
Whoa.
And so like the stories that I heard,
That's why I like it so much.
the stories that I heard from teachers who were like, in their 40s when I started working there, who were in their 20s when I was a student, were like, "Oh my god, this place was fucking lawless. Like it was just crazy. We were all getting hammered."
It's like
every night."
Woodstock.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
They were like all rolling in hungover all the time because it was seriously
Vernon Hills?
like 50 to 100 23-year-old teachers.
sounds
Like they're
like-
just
Wow, dude,
Yeah.
that sounds like a dream.
getting ripped. Right, totally. I'm like, man, I wish I was a little older. Could have started here when things were crazy.
These days, it feels like online shopping is the only shopping we really do. That's where today's sponsor, Honey, comes in. It's the free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes and automatically applies the best one available at checkout. Honey is basically your online shopping best friend. Here's how it works. You get Honey on your computer for free in 2 easy clicks by going to joinhoney.com/views. Then when you're checking out on one of its over 30,000 supported sites, Honey pops up and all you have to do is
Usually
click.
much better than this.
Yeah.
I swear. He's really he over the years he's gotten really good at it.
Yeah, I have been. Dude, I got to finish this ad for Honey. You know how mad they get when I stutter.
Yeah.
Honey is so good. Honey pops up and all you have to do is click apply coupons. Guys, it's so simple. It's literally, it just, when you're in the checkout, it'll apply the coupons for you and it'll automatically save money. Do you use Honey, Killinger?
No.
Why?
But I'm lazy. I don't download things when
But
people.
it's 2 clicks away.
I know.
You
Two
motherfucker.
clicks.
Just listen to 2 fucking clicks away. It's so easy.
Okay.
It's so easy.
All right.
You're going to use it from now on?
I'm gonna start right now.
Because it's found its over 17 million members, over $2 billion in savings. Huh?
I could stand to save $2 billion right now.
No, that's not how it works.
Okay,
But
okay.
Honey supports all kinds of retail. Fuck. You're making me nervous. Honey supports all kinds of retailers from tech and gaming sites to fashion brands to even food delivery. It's simple. If you have a computer, Honey should be on it. It's free and works with whatever browser you use. You can get Honey for free today at joinhoney.com/views. That's joinhoney.com/views.
Was it rewarding to be a teacher?
Yeah, definitely. So it was both rewarding and also, I don't know what the opposite of rewarding is in terms of like one of the
Demoralizing?
Yeah, it was kind of because a lot
Why
of
would you say that?
well, I quit teaching for a lot of reasons, but one of them was like watching students like you like go and do crazy wild things and like taking different careers into different paths, and I was always like I would just kind of like look around and be like, all of the kids that I like are gone now because from like graduation every year, they're all off doing a ton of different cool things, and I'm just gonna work in this building for 30 years and then retire, and that's my life. Like I couldn't. Yeah, like there was no change, especially like I taught the same classes over and over, and so for like 6 years in a row, I taught the same classes. I'm like, so what? I got 25 more of this year just on repeat, and,
Fuck.
and that's my life. Yeah, so that was one of the main reasons.
Did you ever
why I
go
quit.
into like your first year? You probably loved all the kids, right? Like your first year that you taught.
Yeah.
Were you ever like, fuck, this is it? Like I'm never gonna be able to like kids more than this, and then every year you'd be surprised by how much you like the kids again. Is that how it worked?
It would like ebb and flow. There were some years where like kids were super annoying.
Was there ever a year where you were like, dude, this like really like I don't even like this at all. Like these kids suck.
Man. So I always liked individual kids, even when they were annoying as a class. So like there were some classes where it'd be like 10 kids in the class were best friends, so they like would not shut the fuck up. And there were sometimes like for as much as I don't think you ever saw me like really fucking lose it on a class, but there were a couple classes where I was like I was like fucking exploding. Like I would just scream, which is so out of character for me. And like other students, when they hear that, they're like, they can't even picture it. Yeah. But I would lose my shit if I would like ask for them to do something simple. One girl reminded me on Facebook earlier, like she commented on some post about how I like fucking screamed at kids because I said for a whole week, I'm like, on Friday, just bring a book. Bring a book to read. You're just going to be reading a book in class. That's all I'm asking you to do. And I told them every day, Monday through Thursday, I'm like, I swear to God, Friday, just bring a book. Everything will be great. You'll just read. And then Friday came and like 15 of the 28 kids didn't have books. And it's like a simple thing. I could have just been like, God damn it, and like written them a pass. Go to the library, get a book. But I spent like a good 10 minutes top of my lungs. Like, I asked you to do one fucking thing. Like, you guys don't respect me. You would have brought a fucking book if you gave a shit about anything. And I just completely lost my shit. But the thing that she reminded me of was that she kept the pass that I wrote when I eventually did let them go to the library, because where it says like student's name, I just wrote a bunch of kids I'm pissed at. And like gave that to them to like show the library.
Oh, you literally wrote a bunch of kids I'm pissed at?
Yeah, like who's this pass for? A bunch of kids I'm pissed at. Just like, get the fuck out of here.
That's so funny. Did you ever sit two kids next to each other because you know they had a crush on each other?
No, I would try to.
I just saw a TikTok about that, and I was like curious if teachers did that.
No, that never occurred to me. I for as much as I feel like I knew the kids, I could not comprehend when they were friends or if they or like who was popular or not. Like I had no concept.
You didn't know that who was popular?
No.
Pat Crowley was popular.
I mean, it's like so. I mean, you could so that makes
Courtney Lawless was popular.
Sure. I mean, when you do like stereotypical like football and cheerleading and stuff, but it just I liked all the kids individually personally, so I'm like, oh, they're all friends.
Yeah, it's like when I look at my son and I can't understand if he's a loser or not.
Oh, let me help you.
Yeah.
So what's the craziest thing you've ever seen a teacher say or do, or another student say or do? What's like the thing where you're like, whoa, I can get in trouble for even seeing this?
Oh man, so this is actually when I was a student at Vernon Hills High School.
Yeah.
And I can't say the name of the teacher because this teacher is like too important in the school at this point to be like outed doing this. But there was one time where when I was a student, this kid was like kind of talking shit to the teacher. He had just won some like wrestling tournament at like 103 pounds or something. He was like a really small kid, but he was a great wrestler. And the teacher was like 200 pounds, like kind of a big, strong dude. And this kid came in talking about his wrestling tournament. He's like, oh, like, you know, I can take anybody. And he looks at the teacher. He's like, I can take you. Like, yeah, I'll wrestle you right now. And the teacher's like, all right, let's do it. And like pushed all the desks out of the way, and everyone's like wide-eyed, like, oh my god, is this gonna? And they fucking wrestled in the middle of the classroom, and the teacher beat the shit out of this kid because he was like fucking like grown man. It's like you can be the strongest child in the world, and like an adult man will just rip you to shreds.
Wow.
And he just destroyed him. And there was like they had like each other's like drool and shit on their shirts, like because they were really fucking like in there and rolling around. And then afterwards, like they got up, and the teacher's like, none of you can ever say anything about this to anybody. I swear to God, I will lose my job. Oh my God, what did I do? And we were like, we all love this teacher, so we were like, yeah, man, that's cool.
Did you guys keep it a secret, or was it passed around?
It was.
I'm sure it was passed around.
I think it was passed around to like other students who had that teacher, just because like you would not fucking believe what I saw fourth period. But I think other people tried to like keep it under wraps because we didn't want him to get fired.
That's really funny.
Which, I mean, in today's day and age, like he would have been fired in like 5 minutes after class. Like somebody would have had a video and he would have been out the door, and now he's like he's still there.
Is Miss Young still married?
Yeah, I regret to inform you that she's happily married, 3 children.
Fuck.
I don't think you got a.
And you've asked for me,
you've got a chance.
or no?
I actually
No way! I
swear to God, dude. The last time I saw her was like.
First of all, hold on. Let me back this up. Miss Young was a teacher I had. She was also an English teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about English, but she was pregnant, and I don't know what it is, but when she was like pregnant, I fell in love with her. I don't know what it was about her having a baby bump or her carrying another human, but I was like, this woman is gorgeous. This is she was glowing. That's what it was. She was like, when you're pregnant, you glow. Is that like a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like fucking glowing, and I was like, this woman's fucking stunning.
Trash barrel.
And I don't know. I was just so into her, and yeah, this was like definitely a teacher. I was like, I really want to get in trouble by her so she can talk to me later. Wait, you told her that I liked her?
I did.
No
Because I
way!
swear to God, because I saw her at like a school musical or like a orchestra dance or something, like 2 or 3 days after I hung out with you once when you were in Chicago. And it was actually the first time that you told me that you liked her. Like you were like, you had said like that exact same thing. Like, what's up with Miss Young? What's she up to?
What's the deal with
And
her?
then when I saw her like a few days later, I was like, yeah, David was asking about you. I said I told him that he didn't have a chance, and she's like, yeah, yep, nope, no chance. Everything's good. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Fuck. So no chance at all.
Yeah, man,
She wasn't like, hey,
no, she didn't like leave any like room in
no
terms of,
breadcrumbs.
like,
Like,
right. It wasn't like, well, things are good now, but maybe in a few years. Like there was nothing like that.
How did she say it though? You got to walk me through it. You went, David used to be interested, and she went, no way.
You say used to be interested as if you had a chance when you were a student or something, which
Right,
is just
right,
like a
right,
weird
right,
way. But no, I said I just saw David Dobrik like 3 days ago, and he said like how much he had a crush on you when he was a student. And she was like, oh, no way. I was like, yeah, he was like trying to angle me, like seeing if he had a chance, and she's like, no.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
All right, well, we'll try. Who knows? We can always
Sure.
check back in a couple of years.
Wait a couple of years, yeah.
Is she still teaching?
Yeah.
Who knows? I may go back to teaching. Go back to teaching like I have been teaching. Like I've been a teacher in my past life. Go buy my merch, actually, now that we're here. Go buy my perfume. Okay, we'll see you guys later. My name is Jeff. Bye.